Hello students, welcome back. We'll continue with the same chapter, improvement in food resources. In our previous lecture, we studied about the various ways by which we can improve the crops, that is the plant, as a food resource. The first step, crop variety improvement by breeding, we studied, and the characteristics also. Then we studied the second way, that is the crop production improvement, that can be done by three ways. By managing or during the production, managing the nutrients. Okay, the next one, while what we are doing is we are irrigating the land in a proper way, different ways. Okay, wherever water is not there, we can draw it by tanks, that is rainwater harvesting, or draw from canals or riverless system, wells. Okay, and the last one, that was crop rotation. Okay, which will enhance the quality of the soil. Okay, and where you are not using even the fertilizer, so it becomes a type of organic farming. Now we will start with the last type of the plant as a food resources, improving the plant as a food resource, that is crop protection management. Okay. Now when I say crop protection management, that means what? I am going to protect the crop. So there are two things by which I can protect the crop. First thing, when it is growing. The second thing, once it is harvested. Okay, so I can protect the crop by two ways, one while it is growing and the another when it is harvested. Let us take the first one, when it is growing. Okay, what are the different ways by which the crops have to be protected? Different things. The first thing, the unwanted plant, because when you are growing the crops, you have nutrients, you have added the nutrients to the soil in the form of fertilizers, manures, or cropping pattern, and so on. Right, you have made the soil ready for the crop to grow, but there are always the plants which are unwanted. Okay, and such unwanted plants are called as weeds. Okay, these are the unwanted plants. While growing the crop. Now this weeds needs to be removed. Why? Because if the weeds are growing along with the crop, it will take the soil. Right, it will take the soil. We have already discussed one weed, sun hemp, which is used as green manure, but all the weeds cannot be used as a green manure. So in that case, we need to remove it. Okay, so since it is a plant and weeds are smaller in size, generally if you do not allow them to grow for a long time, they are very small in size, you can easily remove by hands. Right, that is, hand removal can be done of weeds, but there are certain cases where it becomes tedious. Okay, there will be a labor work which will be added. The farmer will have to do more labor work and the energy of the farmer will be wasted. Right, so to avoid that, we have weedicides. What are weedicides? Weedicides are nothing but chemicals which are used to kill the weeds. Okay, so I can add this weedicides in the soil itself. So what will happen? It will kill the weeds. Let us give the example. The one example is naphthalene, acetic acid. This is one of the weedicide, or you can even have dichlorophenoxy acetic acid. Okay, this is another type of weedicide. This chlorine group is attached to the fourth carbon atom. So 4-dichlorophenolic acetic acid or naphthalene acetic acid. These both are the example of weedicides. Okay. Let me give you one example of weed also, that is your xanthium. Okay. Okay, this is a weedicide. Even the grass is a kind of weed. Why? Because we do not want the grass to grow. We want the actual crops to grow. Okay, so it is a weed. So I can kill the weeds by weedicides or by hand picking. If it is a grass, I can easily remove with the help of hand. Okay. So now the next thing is, this one is chemical. So besides from this, I can even use herbicides. Okay, they are nothing but herbs which are used to kill the weeds. Okay, they are used to kill weeds. Then I have bactericides. What will bactericide does? It will kill the bacteria. Instead of 2 for weeds, use for bacteria. Then I have fungicides. What it will be doing? It will be used for the fungus. Okay, and then I have the last one, pesticides. What are pests? Pests are unwanted animals like your rodents which dig the soil. So the plant whichever is grown will fall off because you have dig the soil. So to kill the pest you have pesticides. Okay, so the pesticides are used for pest. Okay, now this all will be when the plant is growing. I can use a weedicide, a herbicide, a bactericide, a fungicide or a pesticide when the plant grows. Now once we harvest the crop, okay, what do? Once we harvest the crop, we store them, right? And this storing is generally done in silos or gunny bags, right? It is generally done in gunny bags or silos. Now we need to take care that this gunny bags or silos, wherever they are stored, okay, the harvested crops wherever they are stored, it should not get infected over there. So what care must be taken? The first thing, whichever room you are storing the harvested crop should be clean. Okay, it should be clean. Why? Because if it is dirty, it will eventually get one of these. The weeds or the pest can easily come, or the fungus can grow because, or the bacteria can grow because there is dirt. Okay, so the place for storage should be clean. Okay, clean with a proper simple disinfectant will be more better. Then it should have proper ventilation, like it should not have too much closed, the room should be not fully closed, neither it should have too much sunlight, or it should not have a big window so that the rainwater can come in. So it should have proper ventilation. Is it clear? Now when I say ventilation, remember it should not have that big windows so that the whole sunlight comes in and the whole rainwater comes in and all the pests can easily fly, but the windows should have net. Okay, and the windows should be small so the simple air passage can be done. It should not be totally closed. So the place should be clean and it should be properly ventilated. Now apart from this, there are certain cases where the farmers uses fumigants. Okay, fumigants like aluminium chloride. Okay, one tablet of aluminium chloride is approximately equal, or it is sufficient for 1 ton of any of the crops. Okay, so that fumigant is used, and fumigant is nothing but fumes. So before storing you fumigate it. So what happens, that all the pest and everything whichever is there, that is clean, then you clean the whole room and then you store the seeds whichever you have harvested. Okay, now before storing also the seeds should be properly dried. Okay, when you are harvesting it, after that it should be dried, because if there is a moisture content in the seed, you all know that the fungus require moisture for growing. So if there is moisture content in the seed, they can easily grow. So to avoid that, you need to properly dry the seeds and clean them. Okay, so then when it is clean, whatever kind of insects and all are there, okay, they will get removed. Fine. So this is the way by which you protect the crop. First, while it is growing, so you can add weedicides, pesticides, herbicides, bactericides and fungicides. Okay, the examples of your weedicide is naphthalene acetic acid, and the other is once it is harvested and then we are storing it. So for that you need to keep the place clean, you need to have a proper ventilated area, and you should use a fumigant. Okay, once you have fumigated, it is not that directly you will fill it, you need to allow the fumigant to soak in the whole walls. After that what will happen, once it is soaken, it is taken, then you allow it to cool down, you clean whatever excess, suppose insects and comes out and dies, you clean it off and then you store it. So before storage of grain also you need to take care that the seeds which you have taken, they are clean before they are storing. Anything dirt and all, extra grass and all is cleaned off, and they are dried properly, because if the moisture content is there, then the soil will get damaged. Okay, and they are stored in silos or gunny bags. With this we finish improvement in food resources for plants. In the next lecture we will be studying of improvement of food resources of animals. We all know that we have meat, egg, fish, milk, these are the different things, okay, which we use as a food from animals. So in the next lecture we will be studying about how we will improve these resources, okay, by animal husbandry. Thank you.
Hope this video increased your knowledge. For more such videos and a completely free educational content, log on to www.epathshala.org or visit our ePathshala YouTube channel. We have each and every question solved for maths, physics, chemistry and biology. So subscribe our channel, share with your friends, like our Facebook page and follow our Twitter handle for regular updates and important educational tips, and also win ePathshala goodies. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe this channel and enjoy the freedom of education.